Hey Hope City, just checking in with a new segment we're calling Cup of Joe, Cup of Jesus. Meaning I'm going to brew a cup of coffee, and in the time it takes to brew that coffee, we're going to talk about Jesus. All right, so it's just for a moment while we get it set here. Now, last Sunday, we talked about purpose, and that you and I partner with God to fulfill His purposes. And that is a partnership that we saw conclude with this idea that we fulfill the Great Commission. That is our purpose, to share Jesus and show Jesus to this world. And that is a purpose that doesn't get replaced. It doesn't need to get upgraded. We don't retire from it. We don't get fired from it. And it doesn't stop while we're in quarantine. The Apostle Paul wrote to the early church, and he wrote something very similar that resonated with me. He says all these things about being in prison. He wrote to the Philippian church while literally in prison, and he wrote about sharing the good news and sharing it with the palace guard. He says, the whole palace guard knows that I'm in chains because of Christ. And because of my imprisonment, most of the believers here have gained confidence and speak boldly God's message without fear. So even while he's in prison, gospel is being shared. Paul is fulfilling his purpose while he's in a pit, while he's in darkness, while he's in chains. You and I, we may be quarantined, but you know what? While we're staying home and we're staying safe, we can still live on purpose because we worship a God that is uncontainable. We have a purpose that is uncontainable, and we live out a gospel and share a gospel that is to be uncontainable. Church, today I just encourage you briefly, just in this quick moment, as you're drinking your cup of Joe, let's live on purpose today. Let's find ways to share and show Jesus with people, and they're going to be new. It's going to be revolutionary. It's going to be out of our comfort zone. It's going to feel unfamiliar at times, but you know what? Paul reminds us the gospel will resonate. The gospel will spread, and the gospel lives in you. Church, we love you. This has been our first ever edition of Cup of Joe, Cup of Jesus. Hope you enjoyed it. Woo! It is piping hot, and we'll check in with you next time. Love you, church.